So earlier this weekend at the kickoff of Pro Tour in Lille, we got the Emperor. We have the full spoiler. So yes, today is the obligatory card spoiler video, but I think it's more than that because there's some pretty weird things happening with this guy in terms of the ruling. So I kind of want to go through that, explain what I mean, and why we're going to be very much looking forward to the release notes. A huge shout out to our channel members for supporting what we do here. If you want to get involved with the channel and the Dice Commando community, please consider joining as a channel member. Remember, these videos are only possible with your support. You can show that support with a like, a subscribe, and by leaving us a comment and sharing your feedback. Community first, and go Commando. Hey there, Flesh and Blood folks. Welcome back to Dice Commando and Go Again, a fabulous cast. Thanks so much for checking in once again. I know there's lots of stuff going on this weekend, so I appreciate you tuning in, talking the Emperor today. So he's been out for a little bit, been able to make the rounds of obligatory, oh my gosh, crazy new hero, spoiler vids, and I wanted to do something a little different today. I wanted to go through him and kind of talk about some stuff I haven't heard other people talk about. Most people have been focusing on his subtitle or his type. So, the Emperor. You may only have red cards in your deck. Action for 3, search your deck for Command and Conquer, attack with it, then shuffle. As a 4 with 15. He is a Royal Draconic Warrior, Wizard, Hero, Young. Okay, so he only works in Blitz. Again, he has the comma, so what we've seen, at least in the past, is that he will only exist in Blitz. That is what is implied by what we've seen in the past. Again, what's the statement for stocks? Past performance does not indicate future performance, or whatever legal term, but it seems to have stuck so far. So obviously the jokes and the discussion have been around, how small can the font get in the type box, and then of course, is a wizard warrior a Runeblade, the dual class. So, but fine. What I find interesting about him is, let's just dive right into the meat, is his action. So we're going to get a little rulesy here, and there are always people out there who know the rules better than I do, so please tune in on the comments, right? Let us know what your thoughts are. Please only respond if you actually know what you're talking about, though, right? So, but here's the issue, okay? Search your deck for Command and Conquer, attack with it, then shuffle, okay? You are not playing the card. And all of this that we're talking about tonight comes with the disclaimer of, it might be clarified in the release notes. But as this card reads, search your deck for Command and Conquer, attack with it, then shuffle. Now, attacking does not imply playing it. Does not imply, it does not require playing of the card. And in fact, you are not playing the card here, because if you, let's say you're attacking with a weapon, right? Attacking with a weapon creates an attack layer on the chain. Attacking does not mean that the card goes to the discard pile. Attacking does not mean that you are going through the steps of playing a card. And just for S's and giggles, right, I'll throw up we had this for another video the other day, but these are the steps involved with playing a card. And in fact, actually, I'll just throw up the rules right now so you can actually see from the rules document what I'm talking about, right? Playing a card has a specific set of sequences that allow the opponent to do certain reactions and you to do certain things and targets and costs and all that. And now that we're back, this does not play the card. It just attacks with it. So I believe, and again, correct me if you guys think I'm wrong, but I believe that what this means, and there's another, I'll skip to the last part, sorry. Attack with it, then shuffle, right? Attack with it, then shuffle. The reason I think it's written specifically that way, going into my other point here, is you are attacking with it while it's still in your deck. I don't believe Command and Conquer ever leaves your deck. Now, before you yell at the screen, I don't necessarily think that that's where it's going to end up. Like, I think that with the release notes, they'll be like, search your deck, pull Command and Conquer out, attack with it, and then it goes to your discard. That'll probably be the way that they end up ruling it. But as this is written, and it does seem pretty intentional the way they wrote it, because it's the then shuffle, I think Command and Conquer stays in your deck, and then you shuffle your deck, and you would still have Command and Conquer in your deck. I think that's how it works, right? So that's very, very interesting. Now, keep in mind that you can only have red cards in your deck, so that's costing you 3, right? It's costing you 3 cards, I mean. Obviously, it costs you 3, but it's costing you 3 cards, and, you know, do you want to do something else into it? He only has 15 health. This is Blitz. Like, you can't really, like, take too big of a hit in Blitz. You'd have to really set up to be able to pummel it. And, you know, actually, let's pull up Pummel, because I think Pummel references the attack, right? Should have had this ready to go. So Pummel says target attack action card. So that is interesting, right? So I don't know that, because you're attacking with it, but you're not playing, like, does the card exist? So let's assume that you could pummel it if you could somehow get the cash to do it. Let's assume you could pummel it, I think, because target attack action card, search your deck for command and conquer, attack with it. So the card exists, yeah, because you're attacking with it from your deck. Okay, so you could pummel it, I would think. But again, rules lawyers, let me know. But again, this is all based on the premise that this is all based on the premise that the Emperor's action works as written. And I mean, we've seen in the past that, you know, as written isn't necessarily how things end up being ruled, which is fine because it has to make sense from a game standpoint. So anyway, that's really my spiel today. Not, you know, kind of a different kind of spoiler episode, not talking about necessarily like combos and crazy stuff you can do with them. I mean, you guys can go out and theorycraft, right? I mean, Ravenous Rabble seems pretty good with this guy, and, you know, we'll have to see what his weapon looks like if he ends up getting one. I mean, he's holding a sword. I'd assume he has a flame sword or something like that. I mean, all in all, this guy doesn't seem that good to me. But he's probably one of those, like, has to be bad, otherwise he'd be busted type of deals. And I'm going to be very interested to see how I'm going to be very interested to see how the release notes handle his action. Because if it doesn't leave your deck, that means that you just, for 3 cards, have CNC on demand every turn. So they can't do defense reactions to it, which I mean, that's interesting. There are certainly heroes in Blitz that play defense reactions, warriors and guardians specifically. It's very interesting to me. But then again, you're using 3 cards to do it, so you're only getting to block with 1 card on your own. So you're playing defense reactions on your own, right? Probably just to try to, well, if I'm blocking with 1, pitching 3. But Scar for Scar works real well here. Ravenous Rabble works pretty well here. Whatever crazy wizard stuff. I mean, there's a lot of really good wizard cards that are red that cost 1 or 0. So lots of potential with this guy. But again, my main focus right now is on how this attack action works, or how his action works. Because again, search your deck for command and conquer, attack with it. Does not say play it. Right? So that's the takeaway today. So anyway, we will see what the release notes say. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited about this guy? Am I wrong? Does this guy not? I mean, he seems not great, right? Seems not great. So let me know if you agree with that or not. Plenty of stuff to see in the future. But if anybody has a different take on the action, let me know in the comments. Nothing else, folks. Go Commando.